I've been having some conversations recently with potential clients and even existing clients around device management. And it's a complicated one because a lot of people have different views of what it is they think device management is and whether or not they actually need it. Now, back in the times when I was working in enterprise space, this is something we did. We rolled out these expensive and complicated solutions to be able to manage devices. I'm talking about your PCs, laptops, mobile phones, and other things. We'd roll in these solutions because we had these vast fleets that we had to manage. So the ability to be able to monitor what's going on with endpoints, that's what we call them, right? It's an endpoint that people are interacting with. Making sure that the right applications are installed or even be able to automate that process can save countless hours and improve things like onboarding experience and otherwise. Nothing worse than getting a new device and then waiting for the IT guy to come around and install all of your applications. Sometimes in some organizations that could take days. So what these tools allow you to do is to do this all remotely. It automates all of that, and you can set certain policies to ensure that everything complies, to make sure that everyone's got the right antivirus software, it's up to date, they've got the right level of software that's been patched, they don't have any other software that they shouldn't have, and quite often it's coupled with removing local administrator rights as well. So you can't change, say, background images for your desktop, or that you can't change other settings which could either compromise the security or impact your ability to work effectively. The idea is to get rid of all those settings and stop people fiddling with these things so that you can just focus on what it is that is your job. Now, as I mentioned, this was available for the enterprise market, and these things were very, very complicated and very expensive. Now, we focus on the smaller end of town and the smaller market, so if you've got 50 or less staff, they're the sort of people we focus with, and we use Microsoft's Intune platform. Now, this is built on all this enterprise stuff, but it's available for a fraction of the price. And we believe that it's so powerful and so important for your business that we just include it as a standard inclusion within our services. Not only does it have a whole bunch of antivirus and endpoint protection and security controls, but it also allows us to manage those endpoints remotely very effectively. We can deploy software and we can update that software remotely. We can create a little app store that has pre-approved and pre-sanctioned software that all your staff can go and access. You need Google Chrome? Don't go to Google's website. Just go to the store, click install, and the system will install it for you. And it's pre-configured, ready to go, with all the other bits and pieces you might in there. Maybe you've got some specialist software. Again, we can do the same thing. But it's not just your Windows or your Mac devices, but it also starts going into your mobile devices, right? Your smartphones, and you can start controlling that. And the reason this becomes important is what happens when someone leaves. How do you ensure that all the data that's on their BYOD or bring your own device smartphone has had all the data that was company related erased? Using tools like Intune, you can do that. You can also insist that they're not jailbroken, that there's certain other controls in terms of copying data between apps or enforcing policies like face recognition or biometrics or even PIN numbers before you can even unlock these apps. But it takes time and it is complicated. The point here is that you shouldn't think that this is only for big business. It's not. It's for every business that is concerned about cybersecurity and insider risk and data loss. These tools are vital in your ability to control your data, your intellectual property, your information. They're available, they are available in terms of cost effectiveness, but there still does require a level of technical understanding how to manage it. The important thing that you need to know is that you should be asking your provider for these services. How do we manage our devices? How do we manage our iOS or Apple devices, our Android devices, our Mac and Apple PCs and laptops? How do we manage our Windows laptops so that we can control them and reduce that total cost of ownership? The best thing you can do for your next employee is to be able to hand them a device, and the only thing they have to do is log in, and everything else is set up. That is going to give them a great experience and get them productive so much faster. Don't waste your time spending hours and hours or even suggesting that they have to do all this work themselves. Start automating it, start getting control, and really ask your provider, can you manage our devices?